Now, we've also had results out from the online fashion retailer ASOS with a bit of a warning.
Mainly concerning returns, which is interesting. Many consumers buying things online and able to return them to ASOS and Boohoo at no cost. And there is certainly a cost to the companies for this, for the returns. And ASOS and Boohoo very much aimed at the 20-somethings who may well have seen rental costs rise, their discretionary income fall, and perhaps are being more discerning when they are buying products from ASOS and Boohoo, which did incredibly well throughout the pandemic lockdown, but are struggling very much so now.
Laura Lambie, Senior Investment Director at Investec Wealth and Investments, thank you very much. Well, let's stick with that issue of returns, because as we've heard, fashion retailers ASOS and Boohoo say it's hurting their business, the number of clothes that customers are sending back. Both companies' share prices dropped sharply yesterday after they made that warning about the growing cost of processing returns. Al Gerrie is the founder and chief executive of ZigZag, a software company which helps retailers manage their returns globally. It operates in 130 countries. It processes over £1 billion of refunds every year, including for big brands like Ted Baker, Selfridges and Zara. Al, good morning.
Good morning, Felicity.
Are more people returning clothes, or is it just that retailers are feeling it more now?
Well, unfortunately, it's not really a surprise that fashion retailers like ASOS are being impacted by the volume of returns. Returns have been steadily increasing over the last few years, but particularly since the pandemic, as more shoppers are buying online than ever before. The 41% of fashion shoppers are now buying multiple sizes and multiple colours. So that means they're buying with the intention of returning a product. And that number's gone up from 33% before COVID. So there's added pressure with the cost of living. Shoppers are even more discerning about their final purchases, and they're undoubtedly returning more.
Is it costing companies more to manage those returns?
Yeah, I think obviously the cost of living is increasing, and there's still massive impacts on the rising cost of fuel for supply chains for retailers. If you add in the increase in wages, staff shortages, and the cost of shipping from other countries, so bringing in goods from the Far East has never been more expensive.
Now, there are always rumours, of course, that companies don't actually want their items back, that they don't necessarily get them back and then ship them out and sell them again. Is that true?
I think that's really changing. We've seen a lot of retailers moving away from landfill, and they're recycling more, but there's the main thing they want to do is get products back on the shelf. So that's really where we see retailers trying to make that customer journey easier and offer solutions to bring that back into the supply chain more quickly.
And so is that what your customers are coming to you for? They want that rapid turnover of returns?
Yeah, we see a lot of demand for label-less solutions to reduce paper waste by offering more returns through QR codes where customers don't have to print labels, which obviously reduces the amount of paper that goes into the outbound shipment in the first place. We also see a lot of demand for things like refund to gift card, where retailers can help save the sale and offer exchanges or replacement items in order to satisfy that customer shopper.
Now, your company employs over 100 people. If the age of fast fashion and buying hauls of clothes to return is over, what will that mean for you?
Well, I think actually, there's still definitely a need for returns. They've been on the increase rather than the decline. I've got 2 young daughters, and they shop and they return like anybody else. And I think what we're seeing is the younger generation are even more likely to return than the older generation. So I don't think that we're going to disappear overnight by any means.
Al Gerrie, founder and chief executive of ZigZag, thank you very much for joining us and talking us through that.